welcome back to Story Hour with Auntie Dee. As promised, today's book is entitled My Uncle Jack's Off. This book is dedicated to those who love to let loose and have a ball. Come learn a few facts about dear Uncle Jack. Attached to his stick sits a big hairy sack. The banana he carries is unusually long. His right hand is weak, but his left hand is strong. He spends the whole day doing very odd jobs, like draining his pipe and polishing knobs, then brushing and grooming his weasel's long hair and firing his rocket high up in the air. My Uncle Jack's talents are very astute. He can play the pipe organ and bearskin flute. He can fiddle his fiddle by twiddling his finger in the middle and blow his own whistle to boot. Oh, my Uncle Jack has many interesting quirks, like the way his eye twinkles when his hand starts to jerk, as he waves his arms back and forth with a cry towards all the people who go passing by. Come along with my uncle up over the hills and we'll learn all about how he gets all his thrills. We'll spend the whole day seeing where he will roam. Let's start by going to Uncle Jack's home. Goodness gracious, oh my word, come look at Jack's amazing bird. It's as bald as an eagle, it stands tall and acts regal, though its wrinkles and veins look absurd. My Uncle Jack's off in his shiny new car. There's the movies, the woods, and behind the snack bar. Leaving a white sticky trail down below, let's follow it closely and see where it goes. There's the Olympic pool and the nurse's school. Boy, he sure likes to roam. There's the tennis court and the big airport, and his favorite, the old folks' home. My Uncle Jack's off in the grocery store. He leaves a big puddle all over the floor. From his clothes to his boots, he's wet from the rain. He's making a mess. Oh, what a pain. Grabbing at nuts with a whimsical smile and shooting whipped cream as he runs down the aisle. As he heads out the door, he sees two old ladies named Helen and Ellen and watches them as they squeeze their plump, juicy, ripe melons. Then my Uncle Jack's off once more. My Uncle Jack loves to play all kinds of sports. Puts on a pair of loose-fitting golf shorts. He heads to the green with big lofty goals. My Uncle Jack wants to get in all 18 holes. Washing his balls with big soapy scrub and polishing the head of his big iron club. I'm ready to go, he excitedly spoke. He holds out his putter, it's time for a stroke. Swinging his stick on the golf course, of course, smacking his balls with a glorious force. Driving them far with a grunt and a yell, no one can see where they went to or fell. It's time to move on, now it's close at hand. He's looking around, where did the shots land? Oh, there's one on the green. And there's one in the sand. Now my Uncle Jack's off with two balls in his hand. Uncle Jack's a fine jockey who's quite fast and quite cocky. His mighty steed gallops around the course. Hooray! He won the big race, but his foot's stuck in place. Won't someone please help my Uncle Jack off the horse? My Uncle Jack loves to have fun and get silly when he hangs with his two best friends, Peter and Willie. They take off their raincoats, made out of lambskin, to play tug of war. Grab our rope, let's begin. With a bump and a gust and a moan, grunt and thrust, they grab their ends tight and pull hard. Hand over hand and fist over fist, they tug harder and pump with their arms and their wrists until they're spent and fall down in the yard. So many adventures have gone and transpired. My Uncle Jack's off so much that he's tired. He yawns and begins counting sheep in his head. He snuggles in deeply. It's now time for bed. He starts to imagine all the furry white creatures and how he would pet their soft, delicate features. He strokes each one gently as they bleep and they peep. With a boom and a bang, my Uncle Jack's off to sleep. The end. Well, I hope you enjoyed our story, My Uncle Jack's Off, today. Thank you for joining us, and have a good night. Sweet dreams and nighty-night.